Please read the disclaimer. XRP holders, it's happening today. Plus, no deal? No deal. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. We're going to talk about the Clarity Act, about XRP, about what did Goldman Sachs just do that has everybody surprised. But currently, XRP is sitting at $1.30, almost 37 cents, 36.92, down minus 2.2% on the day. Bitcoin down minus 2.63. Ethereum is under $2,000 here, down minus 3.5% on the day. The crypto market is dropping. It seems that it is because of what came out of Washington last night, which we'll get to in just a second. Make sure, of course, to watch all the way to the end of the video. Very, very important to get all the greatest and the latest information about the crypto market so you can stay up to date and make the best decisions for yourself. The big news that came out of Wall Street this morning regarding the crypto market is that investment bank Goldman Sachs just revealed that it holds 1.1 billion of Bitcoin, 1 billion of Ethereum, 153 million of XRP, and 108 million of Solana. Goldman has representation at the White House meeting on stablecoin yield today. This is very interesting, and the CEO, David Solomon, is scheduled to speak at World Liberty Finance Forum in Palm Beach next week. So it's interesting that and she says here, Eleanor, quick clarifier, their exposure, like most of the big institutions, is via spot crypto ETF exposure, not direct token holdings. So they own the ETFs. Not surprising, right? That this is something that we talked about, during the time when people were saying, "Oh, will there be an XRP ETF? Will there not be an XRP ETF?" We were talking about that once we have an XRP ETF, then institutions like Goldman Sachs, like JP Morgan, and others, they're less likely to buy crypto straight up. But if they have the ETFs, then they will feel more confidence in adding that to their balance sheet because it's through their SEC and all that. And so it's an ETF, right? And so we're already seeing that. Of course, XRP is, 153 million, but still, this is a very big investment firm that is investing in the crypto market straight up. They're not creating their own ETF, right, and taking money from other people. They're actually using their funds, their investment funds, to purchase crypto. And so that's a very interesting big step forward. And maybe this announcement by Goldman will tickle the fingers of other firms like this. And you can see CZ, former CEO of Binance, saying Goldman Sachs quarter 4 2025 13F filing reveals 2.36 billion in crypto assets. It's the quarter 4, so probably this is worth less right now. Maybe they bought the dip. Maybe that's who was buying on Friday, marking a 15% quarter-over-quarter increase despite market volatility. Crypto is probably the only place you had an earlier start than the banks. But if you sold your crypto last quarter while the banks are buying, then ... right? And so this is the harsh truth, right? How retail panic sells the dip while institutions quietly accumulate. When retail says in fear, they are eliminating risk, they are transferring opportunity, right? And we've seen this in the past. You get to a certain point where the market dips enough, and then the big money starts accumulating. And this is a round robin, right? It happens again and again and again throughout history, where retail freaks out. The best, I think, the best example of this is what happened in February, March, April of last year, where the market was freaking out. And whoever bought, right, the fear, the max fear on the stock market, is up huge numbers right now, right? S&P 500 is up 44% since that low. NASDAQ even stronger, right? And so people that were buying that 50%, people that were buying that max fear are now up big. And people that were freaking out and closing positions and transferring, funds to other 4% yield, right? are crying a river right now. And this is just what history has told us. Now, the fear and greed index went back to double digits. So it was at 9. It went up a little bit. I think if we continue this pullback here today, we'll probably see this come back once again, back into those 2 digits. And if you think about it, again, the only times in history when we've been in these low levels of fear, right, single digits for a long extended period of time were the low points of the market, right? So again, doesn't mean that this is the end of the sell-off. We could still sell off more, but history has told us that when we hit this max fear, this 1-digit fear, it's all the times that it's happened, it's been a low. Again, maybe this time it's different. Who knows? As always, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Very important. So today is actually XRP Community Day, launching with a signed merch and ETF talks. Ripple's Community Day, February 11th for Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Americas, while it's February 12th for Asia Pacific. Leaders like CEO Brad Garlinghouse, President Monica Long, and guests from Grayscale and Gemini host live X Spaces sessions on XRP ETFs, racked XRP for DeFi, and global adoption in payments. The events coinciding with that announcement from Goldman Sachs. You can see Brad signing some merch here. They didn't send me some merch. So that's going to be happening today. Watch out to see maybe this has some effect on the price of XRP, but probably not. All right. New details coming out of the big meeting that we had yesterday. New details from the White House stablecoin yield meeting, basically the Clarity Act meeting, per banking and crypto sources in the room. People on both sides called the meeting productive, but again, no compromise was reached by the end of the meeting. However, deal specifics, that's a hard word, deal specifics were discussed in more detail today. For example, banks in the banking trades came prepared with a written set of prohibition principles, and she will see the pick in just a second, which detailed what they're willing and not willing to compromise on when it comes to stablecoin rewards. One source pointed out a key concession from the banking being the any proposed exemption language in paragraph 2, because they were previously unwilling to discuss any exemptions with respect to offering rewards on a transaction-based basis at all. Chief Legal Officer of Ripple, Stuart Alderati, said compromise is in the air. And we have, I have that tweet for him in just a second. There was heavy focus on so-called permissible activities, aka what kind of account activity could be allowed in order for crypto firms to offer rewards. Crypto wants definition on this to be broad, banks want it to be narrowed. For next steps, further discussions between the present parties are expected to happen in the coming days, but it's unclear whether another meeting of this scale will take place before the end of the month. The White House has urged both parties to reach a deal on the matter by March 1st. And so we had people from Coinbase. You can see here, the chief legal officer says, thanks to the White House for hosting us today. Crypto showed up ready to work and we all made progress. There's still more work to do for sure. And we hope everybody will stay at the table and do right. You can see also Brian Armstrong said, thank you, appreciate all the hard work. And then we had Stuart saying, productive session at the White House today. Compromise is in the air. Clear bipartisan momentum remains behind sensible crypto market structure legislation. We should move now while the window is still open and deliver a real win for consumers and America. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. At the end of the day, this is going to be a big thing moving forward. This is a make it or break it kind of situation, just from the stable coin viability, right? Meaning, if they don't get any rewards, then it removes a lot of what people were looking at stable coins as to beat fiat, right? And just that point. But we'll see what happens. And Eleanor says here, bottom line, it was smaller, more productive meeting than the first, and both sides are talking about ways to solve the issue at hand, but no final resolution has been reached yet. We'll see. Banks are shaking in their boots from this, and you see they're coming strong at this. They don't want this to happen because trillions of dollars will leave savings accounts and move to crypto firms. That's just what's going to happen. If there's a lot better deal and it's also government backed, then why wouldn't people move there, right? So it will be very interesting to see how this plays out. And again, since Coinbase is pulled out, the market has been selling off. And it could be that big money got freaked out and started selling on that. And maybe March 1st is the date that we're going to have to look at. It potentially will be coinciding with what Benjamin has been saying, Benjamin Cohen, about the fact that we usually see crypto drop in these years and then have a kind of nice run up into March, April, and then continuing to sell off and then rally into the end of the year. He says Bitcoin is already down 30% against gold this year. Note every midterm year, Bitcoin has bled against gold. Here's the Bitcoin valuation for previous years. You can see minus 55, minus 73, minus 64, and this year, minus 32. So either Bitcoin is going to go down more or gold is going to go up. That's the only possibility that we could have here. If we're looking at silver, that it was going bananas for a few weeks. It has recovered also, but you can see over the past yesterday and today, for the most part, it's up 83, but not giving these big movements that we were seeing before we saw the massive sell-off last Thursday and Friday. And so it will be very interesting to see how the precious metals market kind of recovers from that sell-off that we saw last week. It's going to be very interesting to see this possibility going forward, right? And this was from rewind a little bit. Says Chad says basically the meeting today was a wash. The stablecoin yield is a line in the sand. Banks are refusing to cave, and crypto wants it, right? So we'll see. The Clarity Act and the whole situation is going to be very interesting. And you see, the crypto market has been weak since Coinbase pulled out from a price action standpoint, and from also from a action standpoint, right? Right now, since Coinbase has done this, and you might say, well, why did they do it? Of course, they wanted the yields, but also since then, you could say that volume outside of the those couple of days that we had massive volume has subsided, right? The interest is down. And so right now, people are cutting their price target for their stock. JP Morgan saying that weaker crypto trading volume, softer prices, and slower USDC growth are as key risks. And this could potentially happen, if the crypto market continues to, the prices continue to drop, the interest is going to go down and Coinbase is going to have less volume, and that means less fees and less customers. And so theoretically, the thing that they did would be bad for them in the short term. Long term, we'll have to see. Again, I don't know what prices are going to do. I don't know how the market is going to react. Again, historically, whenever we've seen these extreme fears, it has been a low. So that's very, very important to remember, and we can always take advantage of it. Now, if you are interested in taking advantage of the current dip, our partner, BTCC, will give you the opportunity to do so. We do have that 30% promotion going on right now. So right now, to take advantage of these dips, right, we can deposit now money and get 30% bonus on our money if we're depositing now. This is only for my subscribers. So if you are interested, link is in the description down below. You go here to my website, and then you scroll down to BTCC. We also have our other partners here. If you're interested in trying out others, it's very important to also diversify your exchanges because we never know, right? So that's important as well. And if you do use my link, again, I will get a commission and you will get that 30% deposit bonus. Please trade responsibly though, because the market can be volatile. So watch out the leverage that you are using. We've seen leverage be very profitable, but also very, very risky in the past few months. So just please trade responsibly. And again, I will get a commission. So thank you for that. We'll see how the markets react in the next coming days. It's going to be very, very interesting to see where we go from here. Do we see an epic comeback, right? Or does the market continue to be slow and steady, just oozing down, right? Potentially XRP going to $1, potentially Bitcoin oozing down to the 50,000 level. It did stop at the support, but we have the possibility of oozing just slowly but surely back to that 60,000 level, and then potentially down to the 50,000 level. All these possibilities are still on the table, and we need to take into consideration that this is going to happen. It is a CPI week, so we've seen CPI weeks be volatile, so you have to take that into consideration as well. There will continue to be volatility. We might have one day up, one day down, one day up, one day down, until we go into Friday and we see what the CPI actually is. Although, we do have a new Fed coming in soon, so maybe they'll have less effect because, there's only so many more meetings that Powell will be in charge of. But it will be very interesting, to say the least. Don't forget to smash the like button. Let's try to get 1,000 likes in this video. If you made all the way to the end, kudos to you, and smash the like button. Drop a comment, 8 for infinity and beyond. You can also support with a super thanks or just hype up the video. There's that new feature as well that you can do if it's available for you. I'm lagging with the rhyming one too. Orange, can you rhyme orange porridge? Right? I saw the clip from Eminem. Check out the links in the description down below. Check out BTCC if you are interested in trading. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.